They say God writes the best love stories. And for a while, I didn't believe that. Until it was my turn.
I can't see anything that I don't like about you.
Guess who's back? Fresh Dude's back. It's been a really long time since I said that. It's been a really long time. Hi y'all. So we have a lot to catch up on. And this video, consider this the debrief, okay? I haven't sat down and recorded a YouTube video in over a year. So hello y'all, I'm back. If you have never seen my face before, my name is Fresh Dude. My people call me Fresh, so you could call me Fresh. I call my YouTube subscribers and my supporters my dewdrops. This is the main platform I started posting on before any other social media platform. And out of nowhere, it just became such a chore. It's still crazy to this day. Like sometimes I'll see people find me on TikTok or Instagram and they'll be like, I used to watch you 4, 5, 6 years ago and I've never seen your content until recently. And it's like, yeah, I think that in some ways, I don't know how to explain it. I became scared of this platform because it felt like if I came back and I wasn't posting the same things like college content, just things that I used to post that nobody would care anymore. That was reason number one. And then reason number two is just editing long form content is just so much harder. And with the introduction of TikTok and other forms of short form content, I just started feeling like, okay, if I put in a lot of time into putting a video and posting it on YouTube, people might not even watch it, so I might as well just post something on TikTok. It may come across someone's For You page or whatever, and just losing the love that really like long form content can never be replaced by quick snappy videos. There's just a level of connection that you get when you're able to talk to someone and you know someone cut time out to sit and like watch that video versus just mindlessly scrolling. And I've missed this platform. I've missed you. I've missed this so much. But as of recently, with a lot of recent life changes, I realized like when I started YouTube, this was just for fun. This was never for the sake of other people. This was always an outlet for me, a place where I could yap away without this like restriction that TikTok and all those other platforms give you, and just share my life with y'all because God has been so good to me and I never want the algorithms or the views or the whatever to stop me from capturing that at the magnitude of just what it is. If you haven't been following me on Instagram, you obviously don't know that I have been in a relationship with my now fiance. This video, I essentially just wanted to share a little bit about the proposal and just overall God's faithfulness in my life when it comes to the area of relationships. So after that very long intro, let's go ahead and get into this video. So obviously you guys know a big part of my testimony has been just love and the desire for love. I think that as a certified lover girl, I've just always kind of like, although I didn't really grow up in a household where I saw love and Christ-centered love exemplified, I always saw it in other spaces, whether it was the media or like people around me, where I would see bits of what I knew genuine love was, and I was like, I want that. The unfortunate thing is, obviously as you're growing up and you're going through the motions of life, you will experience what I consider counterfeits. Like that's what I would call everything that I've experienced prior to my current relationship. It was a counterfeit. It's not the real thing, but it looks like it. A lot of people settle for counterfeits, but in each season I always knew, like the Lord would always tell me like, this is not what I really have for you. You're settling. There's something better out there. Keep having faith and keep being patient. In a lot of seasons where I was desiring genuine romantic love, some counterfeits would last longer than they needed to. But I'm grateful because none of those turned into covenant. None of those turned into marriage, and the Lord yanked me out of every single situation before it got too far, so to speak. So I always had to be careful because I was like, Lord, I know you want me to desire genuine love. There's nothing wrong with wanting genuine love. We all want love. I think romance is something that's so beautiful and so rich and potent that it's like when you see other people experience, you're like, I want that. And I knew I wanted that, and I knew that there was nothing wrong in wanting that, but I also had to be very careful to not idolize it. And in different seasons, I definitely think think it became an idol. So I don't want to hark too much on this, but it is a piece of my testimony. I shared with you guys a couple videos ago about a breakup that I went through, and essentially it was in obedience to God to leave that relationship because it was not equally yoked. After leaving that relationship, it was a full year of me redevoting my life to Christ, me surrendering to him, and me returning back to my first love. That was what that entire season looked like for me. It was me getting my first Bible. Like, y'all, I never had a physical Bible until 2023 or 2020, yeah, 2023, which is so crazy because I've been a believer my whole life. In 2023 I got my first like Bible, and then just falling in love with the Lord and knowing that even if I didn't have a man in my life, there was still so much fulfillment in the place of Christ. After the Lord finally got me to that place of full contentment of being like in his presence and transforming me into the woman he wanted me to be, that is when my husband found me. So let's talk about what y'all have been waiting for. Hey! We initially met at church. Well, hold on. We initially met at school. So obviously you guys know I went to Georgia State University and he also went there. And I met him in a season when he was already in a relationship. So we were just cool. We were just friends. I was just admiring from afar. It was literally just like only public spaces that we would see each other. So after I graduated, we lost touch, and then he deleted Instagram. So he wasn't really someone that I was like seeing post anything or whatever it was. But when we were in school, any interaction we always had, he was really kind to me, but it was nothing past kind. It was, if you know what I'm saying, But then I was at church. I go to a young adults service. It's a midweek service at my church. I'm about to leave, packing, ready to go. I see someone walking up to me and I'm like, oh my gosh, he looks so familiar. And he comes and he gives me the biggest hug, and he's like, oh my gosh, I haven't seen you in so long. I'm like, I haven't seen you in so long. What are you doing here? He's like, oh, it's my first time. My friend invited me. I usually go to this other church, like it's like a smaller church with my family on Sundays, but my friend invited me to come here. I'm like, oh, okay, how have you been? And he's like, I've been good. And the first question he asked me was, so how's your relationship with the Lord right now? And I'm like, who the heck asks that? Like, it sounded very much like, it sounded like Christianese. It sounded like we're speaking Christianese. I'm like, whatever happened to how are you doing? What, like, I'm a believer, yes, but there's certain things that sometimes I'm like, that sounds very like, you know, like it sounds very like very, yeah. And that's one of those things I was like, what? So I had to sit and actually think about it and be like, how is my relationship with the Lord? So I start telling him, we get into a conversation, and that conversation literally keeps going. We never wanted to stop talking. I tell him about all the recent things that have been taking place in my life. He was like, okay, let's keep this conversation going. Do you still have the same number? I'm like, yes, I still have the same number. We made plans to talk the next day. After dealing with so many inconsistent flaky men, I was low-key scared that he was not gonna call me like he said he would. But the time came where we had scheduled the call and he gives me a call and I'm like, oh my gosh, what's up? So we get into a conversation. This is going really good, and every day since that day we've never stopped talking. I think there's something so beautiful about the relationship that I'm currently in. Number one, it is rooted in Christ. My fiance is a man that is after God's heart, and every single thing we've done in this relationship has been anchored in true love and Christ-like love. Every single thing that we've done. The both of us have created such a beautiful atmosphere that we're able to love freely and exist in. It's like, I never want to leave. Like, I'm like, oh my gosh, like there's so much love in this little bubble, this little world we've created. I'm just like, oh, I could be here forever. I'm never leaving. To speak to what I mentioned earlier, it makes every other counterfeit that I experienced before seem so just like, ugh, like stinky. And I think that that's what the Lord was trying to help me realize, like how good it gets. It gets so good. And obviously this is about my testimony, but what I'm trying to also do in this process is encourage anybody else who is in that season of waiting and trusting God for anything, but especially when it comes to relationships, to continue to trust that he has the best thing in store for you. I've never been the person to settle in anything, not in my friendships, not in my job, not in my personal development, and especially not in my romantic life and the person that I'm going to spend the rest of my life with and live under the same roof with and have make me sweat. It's in moments where you are desiring it that settling becomes something that you're like maybe I can, but here's your reminder to not do so. When I thought about my partner, I did not only think about someone who was good for me, I thought about someone who was gonna be the father of my children, someone who's gonna make decisions for my health when I'm incapable of making those decisions for myself. And I'm not even talking about settling when it comes to like fickle things. I'm talking about like character, because material things come and go, but character is truly what defines a person. I'll never forget the first time I talked to JoJo's mom, and she was like, oh my goodness, we were on the phone, we were at a restaurant, no, we were at a cafe. This was probably like our second official date, and he's like, well, I want you to meet my mom. I'm like, okay, so soon? So soon? We're on the phone. She's like, nice to meet you. We weren't officially dating at that time, but I think she thought we were. So she's like, with you being with him, like, you'll never stop smiling. Like, he's constantly gonna keep a smile on your face. Whenever he comes back home, he'll always come and give me a hug and give me kisses and just shower me with love. And I'm like, oh my gosh, like, if somebody's mother is talking about how this person does those things for their mother, how much more me as a partner. She was like, I'm not just saying this stuff to say this stuff. If he didn't do that stuff, I would tell you, but this is genuinely who he is as a person, and I just know that that character will translate even into his romantic relationship with you. And I'm saying all this obviously paraphrasing, but my man is Haitian, so his mom is saying all this in like a very Haitian accent. And I'm like, noted. I'm like, wow, like your mom can vouch for you like that. That was just so powerful to me. So that's the same thing that I've experienced since times 20. And those are the things that I truly think matter when it comes to looking for a partner. Oh, I'm so grateful that I waited and trusted in God, because he has truly over-delivered. The Lord has been so good to me. So the thing about the proposal, we have been talking about the proposal for months in terms of just the aspect of us making that decision to commit to one another. The funny thing is, for some reason, before I got into this season, I always thought that women were just like oblivious, completely clueless to the idea that they would be getting proposed to. But the reality is, most of the time, oh shoot, I didn't even realize my thing is open. Let's go close that. I'm not gonna lie, y'all, that is gonna irritate the heck out of me when I'm editing, because it's just little things like that I'm just like, I closed it and then I was trying to change my outfit and then I opened it back up. But like I was saying, for some reason I thought that I would be oblivious and clueless to the idea of getting engaged, but there's a lot of preparation that we had to do before he even asked the question. For example, premarital counseling. Not every person watching this video is a believer in Christ, but I personally believe that for unbelievers, and especially for believers, the idea of stepping into marriage is not casual. It's something that there should be a lot of intentionality behind, and for us, we did not take that lightly whatsoever. And I want to talk about this a little bit more in a TikTok video, so make sure y'all follow me on TikTok, just so that when I share that and just give more details about, like, I guess our premarital counseling journey, you're up to speed. We did our premarital counseling through our church. Some of the topics touched on were conflict and communication, expectations and biblical rules, finances, sex and intimacy, differences and in-laws. 10 out of 10 recommend. I could not recommend premarital more to people. I feel like a lot of people jump into marriage out of the idea of thinking that I just like this person, but it's more than likability and compatibility. Is this somebody that even in the hard and in the tough situations, I'm able to continue to do life with? And for us, that was kind of what premarital counseling helped us delve into. So we touched on questions like, how has culture negatively affected the way you view marriage? Do you have any uncommunicated rules when it comes to resolving conflict? For example, no yelling, no name calling, no interrupting, no leaving the room. What are your views on going to bed angry at one another? What are your expectations about opposite sex relationships and friendships? If you couldn't conceive, would you be open to adoption or fertility treatment options? How many children would you like? What are your expectations for a romantic marriage? Who would be responsible for disciplining the children? Are you in any debt, and if so, how much? What are your biggest concerns when it comes to sexual intimacy? Have you experienced any sexual abuse? How do you think your relationship with your parents will change after you get married? Oh my God. Do you like and respect your significant other's friends? And if not, how will this affect your marriage? y'all get the gist. I don't need to go over every single question, but we had to answer so many hard questions. But it was so important for us to do that because although we talk about a lot of that stuff throughout the course of our relationship, because, you know, JoJo and I were very communicative. We are very vulnerable with each other. It was just amazing to have a space where we were able to delve into those things and specifically talk about those things without any distractions. So we did this over the course of 6 weeks, and we had someone who was like mediating and guiding us through the process, but we also had homework. So we would make the homework like a date night and just try to have fun while we did it. But my goodness, when I tell you we learned so much about one another, it was so important. So yeah, there's so much more that goes into the preparation for marriage and just the proposal, but I'm gonna save that for later. But anyways, we also did go ring shopping together, and it wasn't because I didn't trust that he could pick a good ring, but it was just important for me to actually know what the ring would look like, with it being a ring that would be on my hand forever. I don't know about the girlies be talking about, oh, I want a man to surprise me and pick something nice for me and no. All of these rules and regulations that we put on all this stuff. Who said it had to be like that? Who said it had to be like that? Was it you? I personally wanted to know what the ring would look like before it would be on my hand. This would be on my hand for the rest of my life, unless I get an upgrade. This will be on my hand for a really long time. And I was like, I really want to love it. So we did go to the jeweler together, and I kind of like built the base and the overall structure of the ring. He told me he did further customizations to it, but I love this ring because I had a decent idea of how it was gonna look before he actually got it, and I was also able to say like, this is how many carats I want. I knew I wanted the I don't even know what it's called, I forgot, but the base of the ring, like it has a very specific, there's something this is called. I knew that I wanted that to have the stones all around it. Now it doesn't have stones on this side, but the reason is because obviously you don't want it to like rub in between your fingers right here. We actually went twice because the first time I got a really big stone, and I'm not gonna lie, y'all, I thought I wanted a really big stone, but it started to look tacky on my finger. No hate to anyone who loves a boulder. My fingers are already kind of like dainty, so I didn't want it to like be too much. After the first time, I'll show you, I'll put a picture in here of the first one I saw. It just looked so chunky, and I was like, that's really not my vibe. I don't think that I would like this in the long run. I wanted something timeless and classy, and I feel like this was exactly that. But I also will be sharing a little bit more about my ring shopping experience on TikTok as well, so definitely meet me over there, because yeah. For the proposal, I gave him 3 rules. I need a photographer, I need a videographer, and I need to get my nails done. I'm not super specific about the venue and how it looks. Get creative, just make it look good. Months leading up, I knew the proposal was coming. I actually thought it was gonna happen on our anniversary, and I ended up being wrong. I ended up being very wrong. But it wasn't until the day before, the literal day before, Yana started acting weird. What he had her do was basically she planned like a hangout to pretend like she was hanging out with me on her own. And by the date, like I said, the day before, she was saying certain things and doing certain things. I'm like, nah, girl. Like, I feel like you're onto something. And my friends Gina and Alyssa, I text them, I'm like, hey, I think he's gonna propose to me tomorrow. Yana's acting weird. I think she's in on it. And then because of the way that they responded, I'm like, y'all are in on it too. And it wasn't that they said anything that like, that they didn't necessarily give it away by their words. It was more so the lack there of what they were saying. I'm one of them people that I know people's behavioral changes, and I actually made a video talking about this the day it was gonna happen. So I'm gonna put that somewhere in this video. Good morning. Sorry. Good morning, my friends. Good morning. I think I'm getting proposed to today. Why do you think that, Fresh Dude? Well, everybody is acting weird. It's very hard to surprise me. I'll start off with that. I pick up very well on like behavioral changes, okay? So if you sneeze different, if you cough different, I'm now trying to figure out what's going on and why you're acting the way that you're acting. I'm very, very excited. I'm so grateful, and I'm so right. Like, I just know I'm right. I have little to no doubt. I'm just documenting this so a future me can watch it back and be like, hey, turn up, we was on to something. Thank you, Holy Spirit, for bestowing all this wisdom on me. What would I do without you, God? And lo and behold, I was right. So guess what I did? The night before, I overnighted 2 dresses from Fashion Nova because my friend Caitlin, she put me onto this because she be ordering stuff from Fashion Nova last minute, and she told me that they have next day shipping, which I never knew about prior. But that came in clutch because I wanted to have a specific dress. Now granted, I'm not gonna lie, one of the dresses that I got didn't fit me, and Yana was trying to help me put it on. Y'all, the arms could not, like, I don't know why I still think I'm a size small. It's so crazy outgrowing the size you had always been for most of your life, because I've been a size small for most of my life, but now that I'm getting a little bit of, I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm now a medium. And I know it's not anything crazy, but I be still ordering size smalls thinking I could fit a size small. Girl, you can't fit a size small. The second one, the one that I ended up wearing, it did fit me, but there was like a little like zigzag situation at the front. In the photos, it looked cute, but when I saw it and put it on, it looked a little skimpy. Like it looked a little like, So I decided to put a shirt underneath, like a black shirt underneath, to kind of like cover that gap. And I'm not gonna lie, I wasn't super in love with it. It looked cute in the pictures and everything, but that dress is getting returned. I don't plan on wearing it again, sorry. Yeah, I did overnight those dresses. As for my nails, I told Yana, I was like, hey girl, I know we're having plans today. I would like to go get my nails done before. Now, if I didn't say that, my man already had a plan integrated to where he was gonna have Yana go get her nails done with me, but I unfortunately beat her to it. I did. So she was like, okay girl, let's go get our nails done. I'm gonna go get my toes done. Whoop-de-whoop. Cool beans. Same day, guess what I also did? When I got a haircut and I bleached my hair blonde. I wanted to be surprised so bad, and I really wanted to keep the surprise for myself, but unfortunately, I'm a type A person. I can't help it. I can't help it. This is just how my Lord and Savior Jesus Christ made me. But at least I look good. Yeah, I did all of that in preparation, and the preparation was well worth it. Throughout the day, Yana was saying a bunch of stuff that she was trying to say to throw me off, but deep down, as someone who, number one, has photographed proposals, and number two, as someone who frequently surprises people, I know what it takes to surprise somebody. So I know all of the verbiage and the trying to stitch things together to make a surprise come to life. I'm such a hard person to surprise. Like, yo, I think Yana already knew, but her main mission was like, at the end of the day, it doesn't matter if Fresh knows or not. This is still gonna be a beautiful moment. She may know what's gonna happen, but she doesn't know exactly what's gonna happen, and she's still gonna be proposed to. So her mission was to just get me to the place of that proposal, which, shout out to my best friend. Yana is amazing. I love that girl down. She has shown up for me in so many seasons of life, and to now be experiencing this next chapter together, I'm just like, the Lord has blessed me tremendously, okay? Especially with my friends. Like, I used to pray for friends like this. And let me also tell y'all, my friend Gina flew in from Houston for this engagement. She teaches, and it was a weekday. She had class, but she called off of work, and I found out that she actually called off kind of like last minute because she found out about it the week prior, and she still came. I was in awe of just how much love I was surrounded by. I show up to the venue of the proposal with Yana. We walk in, they put a mic on me, and when I stepped in, I think that's when it all settled. In the video, you'll kind of see me fall to my knees. And it's funny because I cut the video. I was at the door on my knees for a really long time. Jojo was like, why is she taking so long? I was just processing. Like, I was processing everything that had happened. Every prayer, every moment that was leading up to that moment where I'm like, wow, like I'm getting proposed to today. After I processed as much as I could, I was like, girl, you gotta stand up and walk to your man. So I stood up and started walking towards him. The setup was so beautiful and so intentional. Every single piece of it was perfect. There was a part of the video where I walk into the room, and I looked at his shoes and I was like, oh my gosh, I love your shoes. Oh my gosh! I love your shoes! Oh my gosh! Oh my goodness! We're gonna be twins! But I can't see. Okay. Oh my goodness. Okay.
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 I need some tissues.
That's okay.
I am,
No, you're fine.
And it's funny because without context, that part doesn't really make sense. But the reason is because we've been talking about him getting Margella tabbies so we could twin, because I have tabbies as well. He was gonna get them for his graduation and then didn't end up getting them. So when I walked in and I looked down at his feet and I saw he had them on, I was like, ah, you got the shoes so we could be twins. Like, I have tabbies, now he has tabbies, and when we wear our tabbies, we're gonna be twinning wearing our tabbies. So for context, that's what I was talking about when I was like, I like your shoes. I was so excited to see his shoes and to think like we're gonna be twinning, like you know, I don't know. Anyways, my man had a pianist there who led us into worship, a worship song, The Goodness of God, which is a very common worship song, but for some reason, something about singing that song with him as we stepped into the season had me just in just so much gratitude, like a state of just like immense gratitude for all that God had done for us to get to that point, for every trial, for every prayer, for just everything that led us up to that moment. In the video, you'll see just me and him worshiping, but around us was my mom and some of my friends that were there and some of his friends that were there worshiping with us. It was so beautiful. That was our way of thanking God for what he had done in keeping his promise to us. It was like the only thing we have to give is thanks. After we worshiped together and I bawled my eyes out, my mom prayed over our union and cried some more. We had to clear up the space and head to the party after party after party after party. So yeah, my man, he said he wanted the actual proposal itself to be pretty intimate, and then after we would have more people join us at a restaurant. So he booked a reservation at a restaurant for us to gather with more friends and family who were there to celebrate with us and talk and chit chat and laugh and take pictures. It was so perfect. I felt so loved. It's so gorgeous. Oh my gosh, can the camera stay so I can see my fiance?
I love you, baby.
Baby, I love you.
I love you, baby.
Babe, we're literally getting
We're
married.
gonna literally become one. Like,
Baby, we're gonna be married.
We're gonna be one.
Hey,
Stop.
I'm a fiance. Oh my gosh, I'm a fiance!
Look at my head. It's so smooth.
You got an extra clean shave.
I cut it
I love this look. You look so handsome, honey bun.
Thank you, baby girl.
I'm a fiance. Fiance.
So excited for you. I'm so happy. I'm trying not to cry, girl. I'm trying to be encouraged. Like, God blesses your union.
Amazing. They have been on a journey, an amazing journey, and now it's going to get better and better and better. And I just pray that God continues to guide them through every step, every path, every obstacle. Love y'all.
Hello. One day it was JJ picking me up and Alyssa, and it was before Alyssa got in the car. And then he started showing me the venue of places. He was like, just seeing the excitement in his eyes of like wanting to propose. And he was like talking about rings. And it was just like, oh, I love to see a man in love. So I'm really happy that you guys have this love, and it's so beautiful, and it's a godly love. I've also talked to Fresh and said that like I just love looking at y'all's relationship. It really is like something special. Cheers to you. I love you guys.
I feel like I'm so overwhelmed with so many different emotions right now. I feel blessed just to see what the Lord has done in her life, seeing what it really looks like when you walk in obedience with the Lord, when you walk in submission to the Lord and following his plan, not only for the purpose of this marriage, but just seeing it translating throughout my bestie's life. It's just been such a beautiful experience. It's the most beautiful thing to see kingdom marriage really come into fruition. I don't know if y'all can tell, my girl is happy sound. So shout out JJ for making her the happiest girl in the world. Something that she said during the proposal was just, the Lord has been so good to me, and she broke down crying, and it was the pinnacle for exactly like what all of this is. And here's Gina. Look at how pretty she is. I know. Congratulations. It's like The Wire. So
so happy for y'all. This is such a
Yeah, I'm gonna
beautiful
get that
chapter that you guys are
Valentino.
entering, and I just pray that the Lord will continue to bless y'all and guide y'all, order your steps. You guys fit so well together. I'm so excited, like, oh my god, overly married. Ah.
My girl, my girl, my girl.
I'm telling you, it got to a point where I literally was about to start wailing.
It was really,
And I had to grab my face because I knew it was gonna be one of those cries, and I was like, I can't do this. Me and Chanel had the same situation.
My cry face.
Have been faithful.
hello.
Alive, you have been so good.
With what?
With every breath that I am able, oh, I will sing of the goodness of God. What, fresh you?
You see how she got her hair?
She literally knew.
Oh yeah, we told him. We were like, yeah. She fully texted us like picking dresses and such.
Dye your hair, babe.
I knew what I wanted on this day. She knew exactly how she wanted to look.
Like, that's so
She said,
funny. Like you were like,
It wasn't that the oh, he fooled me for a while. I was unbeknownst to all of this till yesterday. I wanted to like geek and like be excited so that it wouldn't give it away, but then I was like, I don't want to like lie. Yeah, I knew that. And then Alyssa, you didn't lie, but you were asking me questions. It was like everyone's way of going. You look so beautiful. I just gotta. I'm like, wow. She beat her face out like, wow. Yeah. Beauty like never before. I told her the hair back is what it is. It's just showing off the bones. I really. And then I was on to you because yesterday you said something about we'll debrief on Thursday how your hangout with Yana went, and then today you texted me. You were like, I hope you have the best day. I mean, you text me like that all the time though, so I'm like, that didn't really give it.
I call her at lunch.
He was like, I'm still gonna call her during lunchtime because that's like, even though
The regulation.
Yeah.
huge. Yeah. And then my mom, she left for like 2 hours.
Like, yo.
We have a wedding to plan.
Oh my gosh.
Don't cry, please.
So I think that brings me to the end of this video. I don't want this to be too long-winded, but I also wanted to take a moment to thank every single person that congratulated us on socials and celebrated with us. The video that I posted of us worshiping together actually went like semi-viral on TikTok. And for me, that was something that I was very grateful that it went viral for the right reasons, in the sense that it wasn't that people were like, oh, your relationship is so cute, but it was also an opportunity for people to realize that God could do the same thing for them. That moment of worship was truly us just being overwhelmed with how good God was in our season of waiting, in our season of trusting him, how he showed up for us. I'm just happy it was received in that way and that all the glory returned back to God, you know? And that's my hope for this video as well, that for anybody watching this and is waiting on the Lord for anything, waiting on the Lord for a relationship, waiting on the Lord for a baby, waiting on the Lord for a job, whatever it is, continue to have faith and stay the course and know that he is faithful. If the Lord can do something for your neighbor, know that he is in the neighborhood and that he could do the exact same thing for you. So I guess what's next with YouTube? What's next with this platform? And am I gonna keep posting? Do I just peace out and drop off the face of the earth? Child, I don't know. Y'all tell, what do you want from me? What do you want from me? Like, if I'm gonna put that much time into putting a video together, I want, number one, for it to be something that I genuinely love the outcome, and number two, I want to connect with people. It always sucks, I think, as a creator, when you put a lot of time into something, it's not just about the views and like, oh, I want this to be viewed. It's like, no, I want to like connect. I don't want to just be talking into a void. So if y'all can promise me that you'll continue to show up and watch and comment and allow this community to be literally what like those words are, a community, that's the gasoline that I need to keep this fire going. When a video drops, like, comment, whatever it is, like tune in, share, and obviously I still have the responsibility on my end to make quality content, but I don't want to feel like I said earlier, like I'm talking into an empty void. Okay, so I I also have a business, as I've told you guys. My business is what takes up most of my time these days, so I want to share a little bit more about that and just like my boss woman life and what that looks like. Obviously I'm not in college anymore, so life looks very different, but I hope you stick around for this journey and this era and continue to show love and support, because I love y'all. Okay, the fact that I could just yap away as long as I want to on here, that's just one of my favorite things. It feels like we're just hanging out and we're just chit-chatting. Like I love it. I can never get enough of this platform. I pray that this video has been a blessing to you and encouraged you if you are in a season of waiting, or if you're just nosy and you wanted to know a little bit more about my life. I hope you got a little bit of something to gossip about with your friends. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. I'm not done. If you like this video, make sure you hit that subscribe button to become a dewdrop, and also give this video a thumbs up. That being said, I love you guys so much. I hope you know I'm looking right at you. I hope you know I'm looking right at you. I will see you in my next video. Peace out. Bye.
Walk her down the valley, pack a piece of heaven for the bottoms of her feet. Teach her how to jump and how to stretch when she reach, like the angels do, and you gon' make it through now. Tell about the healer, greater is the one within, and call him as the leader. Teach her how to hold a pretty hand up to the sky, and never wait upon the giver, he'll deliver like a dealer.